So hello everybody. So I believe you can see and hear me well. So today we discussed an interesting topic that is deep learning and the medicine. So and if you wish, also we can do some interactive work. So then it can be not only just a boring lecture, but also you can work with me together, and so also you can write some code. So if you wish to do this, just write short message in our chat. So then, or we can discuss some not only see some slides and some images, we can see some programs related to deep learning. Okay. Okay. Now, who knows what deep learning is? And maybe someone from you guys also worked with deep learning with a neural network. Can you just write something in the chat window? So and then I can just feel also your question and feel your temperature. So okay, just my name is Sergey Aksionov, and I'm an associated professor at the Tomsk State University. So and I work with the deep learning models, and I teach some courses related to artificial intelligence and deep learning. Also, you can so if you wish to if you wish to ask me something, then you can use our chat window. We can discuss some specific aspects related to deep learning. If you have some questions, and I will answer. Also, you can find me in the chat window. Just I send my phone, then you can also find me. Send some message into WhatsApp. So, or you can find me in a Telegram Messenger. Also, I send you my Telegram Messenger ID. Okay, so then what the basic element of any deep learning model is the artificial neuron. So this is the small cell, the small brick of any deep learning model. So and such models, they deep learning models or neural networks. They came from our biological neural system, that is our brain, and researchers try to design artificial intelligence that can work as a human brain works. And this year, two professors, Ron Hopfeld and Jeffrey Hinton, got their Nobel Prize in Physics for their research in deep learning. And then it just it underlines the importance of this topic. Okay, now our any cell, neural cell that is used in our brain looks like this this object. It has a cell body that is called a soma, and you see very long tail that is called axon. This tail is connected to some other cells to axon terminals, and here between terminals and dendrites, so connections related to different some other cells. There are some gaps. You see, so terminals and dendrites, they are not connected directly. There is a gap, and when neural cells send a signal to some other cells, it is an electronic signal. It reaches the end of axon terminals, and that activation produces release of a specific neurotransmitters, the specific stuff that send a signal from one cell to other cell. And then we activate other cells, and then the activation of different cells leads to solving some practical tasks. And I can say that so we're currently it's so very difficult to create a biological or artificial system that works as our biological prototype, because we need a lot of cells, and not all the effects are studied. So, but anyway, researchers like Professor Hopfield and Professor Hinton, so they use a simplified neural model, a mathematical model, as you can see here. And I can say that even this simplified model works more or less well. And with this artificial neurons, we can we can combine them into very deeper structures to solve different practical tasks related to not only medicine, but economic forecast. So then we can analyze the quality, food quality, some different performance metrics, solve different industrial tasks, and so on and so on. Right now, the combination of such neurons, this is a key factor to solve a different task. Now you can see some of them. Some such tasks. Okay, and now you see tasks related to text processing. Now, in medicine, we have also a lot of text. So, for example, when we visit any any physician during this visit. So this specialist writes a specific documents. He fills health status, some information about so our pain, the status of different organs, and we can also analyze such text, and not only text. So medical data, they're very complex. It's not only text, but it's also images or signals, and then we should derive different neural networks, right? A lot of models that can handle such data. So, for example, now you see this very simple case: image to text or image to text. So this task means we have an image, and then based on this image, we should generate, we should get some text description of content that is on this image. Or if we see, we can also handle simple text and get some and get some classification labels. So, for example, labels can be here. This maybe you heard about this stuff. This is sentiment analysis. If we have some text, then we can understand either this sentiment related to video or related to product, positive or negative. So here also based on text formatting, we can classify some documents. So for example, is it the result of one test or result of some other test? So, and we can classify the status of patient. So we can say the status, the health status, more or less normal, or we can see some small problems with health, or just moderate, or just huge problem. Then this is a classification. Okay. Also, maybe you heard some other models. So right now, just I want to show you some different models of neural networks, and then I just tell you about projects I've done and my current research. So yeah, in medical data processing. Okay. Also, based on text description, there are neural networks. So there are neural, and here you see that this image, that is neural network, and this neural network is too simple. But this, I can say that this neural network can't get this. So this is just only image. Exactly, if you want to generate some text or to generate some images, we need specific architecture of such neural networks, and we need a lot of layers. Here you see this neural network as a 3 layers, but deep learning models. So right now covers architectures that has dozens or hundreds of layers. Because if we want to find very difficult dependencies in data, we need a lot of neurons. We need a specific connection with neurons. And you can just remember what you know about different animals. We have some insects, we have some mammals, and the mammals also are different. And you know, any living entity in the world. So any entity possesses neural tissue, neural cell. And if we take a different species, we see if we take insects, they have a very limited number of neural cells. And if we take animals like cats or dogs, we see more cells. And if we take our human brain, we see a lot of cells related to weight, our weight. So, and it means that our brain takes more significant part of our body. So, and if we have a lot of neural cells, a lot of layers, we can find more difficult dependencies. We can combine different knowledges, and we can solve different stuff. So more cells, more neural cells means more difficult tasks can be solved. And exactly, if we take this network is too simple. But when we and with this neural network, we can also solve some tasks, but not such tasks like text to speech. Here, just the only visualization that there is a neural network between input and output, but really this network is huge. Okay. Then neural network also handles numbers. Because if we, when taking neural network, you see neural network. This is a very very simple mathematical function that has some inputs and weights. Inputs here are signals obtained from the previous neural cell or from the world, some external circuit. And then this input, this vector, is multiplied by weights. This weights, this is the most also the most important part of a neural network. And this weights and not only weights but also connections. The way we can we connected all the neurons in our architecture, this method, and this is the most significant the most significant part neural network. Maybe some of you heard about some large language models. But if you heard about this, please just type something in our chat. So if you heard about LLM, or maybe you use them, maybe you heard about whatever ChatGPT or some models like this. Okay, this the most uh, important part of this of such model of such models, this connections between neurons and weights. And the companies in the world, they spend a lot of money to train, to find the best weights that connect inputs and outputs, input neurons and output neurons. Here, that these weights, they uh, they need the power of strength. Uh, and if neurons related to different entities with different items in the world, or different um, different elements of the task. So this weights, they show the importance of inputs and if this weights they are huge, they have big values. It means this input is important for the output. And if such weight that is small, so this means that this input signal is not so important. Okay, now based on the text, we can generate some images. We can not only get explanation what is on the image, but also we can use a text to generate images, or we can generate not only images, but also we can generate some 3D models, or we can generate also videos. Mm, so such tasks so currently also are very popular because based on text we can also train medical students with this model. So for example, uh, we can ask neural network to generate images based on description. So it can be medical, and then medical students can write the description what the content of this image, and we can check there either this description correct or not. Okay, now I can just show you my um, my tasks I solved, or that I um, continue my research. Here, there are different. So my research related to different types of medical data sets. It can be image data set. It can be text data set, or it can be more or less normal or common tabular data. So what and just also it is not only my research. Yeah, I work exactly with my master students, bachelor students, exactly colleagues and a few some other professors and physicians. So now you can see you can see the task we solved more or less. Now we try to scale our solution. I believe you know what the complete blood count. This is a blood test, and based on this test, we can get information about different cells in our blood. So, and not only cells, but also specific specific items that are also important when analyzing a health status. So now you see an example of the different complete blood count. So this is just different days here. It's documents related to one female. And also you see this lady has also different numbers, different values for erythrocytes or so thrombocytes, leukocytes, and some other cells. And then based on these numbers, and you know when any patient is in the hospital, so physicians analyzes patient's blood every day to estimate his health status. And then you see some values they are smaller, some values they are bigger. Then we can also analyze this value to predict the changes in the health status. We can say either this patient patient status get better or not. So here also you know a different here when we solve such tasks we can find a different tasks that can be solved with a neural network, with deep learning. So, for example, we can analyze only numbers. The numbers can be obtained directly from special equipment. You know, there are so-called blood analyzer. So this is special equipment that takes human blood and uses special chemicals to count the number of specific cells, and then we can get this numbers directly through interface, and then we can save get this numbers directly. We can send them directly to database, and then we get a record in the database. And then if we get these values, we can predict the health status better or not, for example. Or we can and imagine we have another business process. We have another laboratory that can't send these numbers directly to database, and we get this piece of sheet that has this number, and then we use this small paper. We just send this small sheet of paper to doctor, and then doctor analyzes this numbers. Also, we can use a deep learning to speed up this process. We can use a deep learning to take this image, and then we can recognize this number. We can convert them from image to text. So then we can say, and after we take this sheet of paper, we can scan this document, and then neural network can recognize all that numbers and send this recognized number to database. And then the next neural network can handle these numbers and say something about the changes in health status of the patient. That is also possible. And if we have some consequent analysis, then we can analyze scores, health status scores here and here, and then we can say something about treatment. Is it successful or not? Okay, now that I want to show you one simple example. It's a neural network that can classify different risks of oncology, so cancer risk. So did you use a Python in your practice? So can you just understand this? Yes or no? Is it? Did you type something? Okay. Now imagine we have a data set, and this data set is called the cancer patient data set. And this data set has a 1,000 rows, and one row means one patient. Here, this patient ID, and this is the age of the patient, gender, 1 for male and 2 for female. And then we see a lot of some negative factors: air pollution, alcohol use, dust allergy, and so on and so on. Here, no positive factors. All factors are negative. And then I believe here that the physician fill this score. together with the patient. So, and if, so, for example, the patient lives in the area with a very dirty air, so we put here very high value. And then if patient and if the air is too clean, then we get a 1. Yeah. So big. So I can say that bigger value is it means wet. Smaller value means better air. So when taking the next column, alcohol use. So big value here means this patient. So better not use and maybe abuse. Huh? So it's a very high high level of alcohol consumption. 1 means that this patient drinks um, drinks no alcohol. So and so on. We have a lot of factors, and finally we have 1 column level that and here you see there are 3 different levels. That is low, medium, and high. And our goal here is to predict the level of risks for oncology based on this number. So now we enter gender, we enter age, and the influence of different factors, and we can estimate risks. So now neural network is an architecture that needs no missing value. And if you have some missing values, not all the values presented, so then you can you should just handle such missing values. You can so predict the most possible value here, or you can get some more information about the patient. Then, as I said before, neural network can handle only numerical data. So if we get not only numerical, we can if we handle so images or text or categorical data, then we can convert them into numerical data. If we have text or categories, then we should convert them into numbers. Here, this data set has only numerical data. Now you see here int, so only integers. That is nice for neural network, but what is not nice for the network is the values. Here values here presented in different scales. And when taking the age column, we see here young patients and the seniors. Now you see when taking a gender column, we see not gender, age. The youngest patient is 14 years old. The oldest person is 73 years old. So here, all other patients, they lie between 14 and 73 years old. When taking some other attributes like air pollution, the smallest value is 1, the highest value is 8, or gender 1 and 2. So it means a different scale. Neural network doesn't like huge numerical values, and if we want to handle such values, we should rescale them. We should send them into smaller range. So, for example, we can send them into range between 0 and 1. We can say that right now the smallest value is 1, and the highest value is the smallest value is 0. The highest value is 1. And then after conversion, all the ages between 14 and 73, they will lie between 0 and 1. Okay. Now, I want to show you two tasks. The first task is to predict just only 2 cases. The first case is a high risk again versus medium and low risk. So it means we enter patient age, patient gender, and actors, and based on these values, we predict either the patient has a high risk or not, low or medium. Then we convert low, medium, and a high into new values. If we have a low or medium, we say that the neural network should return 0. If we have a patient with a high risk, so this values should be 1. So we can say that the response neural network, this is the probability of high risk. So 1 means 100%, 0 means 0%. So it means no risk. 1 means high risk. Okay. Then we but before we train, we scale our values, and then here we use so this is Python program, and it uses popular scikit-learn library that can transform data and can here with the min-max scalar tool, we can convert each original range into range between 0 and 1. And now we see all the patients. Now they are coded with this vector, and this vector has smaller values. So yeah, high value, the first attribute is the age, and if we get a high value here, it means high value is closer to 1. It means older patient. Smaller value here means younger patient. Here 0 means male, 1 means female, and all and some other attributes means the scaled scores related to negative factors. And if factors if factors closer to 1, yeah, it means very high impact. Smaller values like a 0 or here, it means so small or moderate impact of this of the negative factors. Okay, when we train a neural network, we usually split our data set into training part, validation part, and a test part. Training part is used to fix weights, and I told you that weights they are too important, and we just update weights based on patterns in our training set. We just take samples from the training set. We activate our neural network. We activate our neural network. A signal go through neural network, and finally we just get 0 and 1, or values between 0 and 1. If value is closer to 0, we say that the patient has a very low risk. And if the value here is closer to 1, it means high risk. Then the next validation dataset used to analyze the quality of neural network. Because when we train our neural network, we can get overtrained network. So what does it mean, overtrain? Here, or maybe you heard the word overfitting. So an overfitted neural network can handle only training patterns well. But if we take some new patterns, this model can't handle them correctly. So, so again, model can handle the training data well, but if we take some new incoming data, we can get incorrect results. That this is an overfitted model, and exactly when we design some neural network, we believe that this model can process new data. This here we design if we train neural networks, we believe that we can integrate our solution with some programs or with some hardware solve some practical tasks. And if neural network can't handle new incoming data well, so it means it is useless. And a validation set allows to control their performance metrics when training. And also we get an extra set that is called a test set. Yeah. Test set. Finally, after we train neural network, we can take some patterns that weren't used when the training, and then based on final test, we can get some performance metrics. We can say something about precision, recall, accuracy metrics, and then this test data set, this part of data that is hidden from neural network, from deep learning model, and then we can use this individual testing part to get a final performance metrics. Here you see very small neural network. It takes all the attributes. Then all the attributes. Here we have 23 features. The 23 features that are our inputs. That is age, gender, air pollution, so reading, chest pain, 23 features. And then based on those features, we predict 0 and or 1. So 23 features, their input. Then we add so new layer that has 4 neurons. And finally, we put 1 neuron. It looks like here we have 23 neurons here, 4 neurons here, 1 neuron here. This is the architecture of our neural network. Then we use the training procedure. You know, third the neural network training, and just I told you before that the company they spend their money to train different neural networks to solve the issues. And then when we train our neural network, we can also save information about the weights. Now you see here the graphical representation of the training phase. This training phase is some epochs. Here we have the first epoch, the second, the third, and so on. Also, when training, we collect information about error, model of error, or it is called a loss function. So loss function shows how well it works, and a smaller loss means better. Bigger loss so means worse. Here accuracy the number of correctly recognized samples. And you see, or if we have a nice training, we see falling loss values and the rising accuracy values. Also, you see changes in loss, so training loss and the training accuracy, and validation loss and validation accuracy. But I told you that we analyze not only training data but also validation data. So this data in this sample and not used for updating. They used only to check the quality, to analyze the performance of the model. And if we have a more or less normal or good training, we see also falling values in validation loss and the rising values in validation accuracy. So it means the model can so classify samples correctly. So now you see right now accuracy 95%, for validation 99, so better and better. So one here means that the model can recognize all the patterns correctly. Then we can visualize such changes, loss function or errors, and more model errors. It is the following function when training. So looks nice. So this accuracy. So one means the best performance. So the model can recognize any sample from the data set. We see rising values. So firstly, model can classify less than 60 patterns. Finally, we get this percent I closer to 1. Also nice. After we train the model, we can also save our models in the file. And if we get different models, we can select what model is the best. The best model can be introduced into our business processes, into our medical software solution. Then we can test finally with the third part of our data set. And then if this part was hidden, then we can estimate the results of our model. So this predictions. Here we get not only 0 and 1, we get the values between 0 and 1. And as I said before, the probability that the patient has a high risk of oncology. So for example, we can share this file with you. And then if you want to take the solution, you can get it with this web link. Okay, now I take the third pattern from the test set, and when I take this vector, and I just drive our network with this pattern, so I get this value, so 0.97. kind of, and it means that this patient that has this scale value has a very high risk. So 97%. And if we get the inverse storm, so we see that this patient, this is the lady, she's 39, and here this lady has a very high scores related to negative factors. And this model predicts high risk of oncology. When taking another patient that has a ID1, also from the test, that we get a very small value here, very persistent, low risk or not high risk. And you see, this is another patient. Also, this is a 2 means again a lady, 18 years old. And here we have a very small value. It's a values of negative factors. So then we predict not high risk of oncology. Also, this model shows the way we can use another neural network to predict three categories: low, medium, or high risk. Here this neural network has a three outputs. The first output means if high values sent by the first output 1, and here we get a 0, 0. It means low risk. And if we get a vector that 0, 1, 0 means medium risk. And the last one that it means a high risk. Here we have the same set of inputs. We have 8 neurons in the intermediate layer and the 3 output 3 neurons in the output layer. The neurons again repeat, 1 neuron for the low level, the second neuron for medium level, and the last neuron for the high level. So also we train the model. We again analyze our mistakes, that is the loss function, and we analyze also performance, the quality of our model, that is the accuracy. And we see, so after some iteration, the accuracy is more than 95. So we see accuracy curve is rising. So it means model when training model can handle patterns better and better. Then we take some test patterns. So for example, we take a patient number 8 from the test set. And here I use the inverse transform so to get original values of predictors. And you see this again, a lady, she's 35. And here we have a very small numbers here, small values of scores for and this again a negative factor. So finally we get the vector that has a 3 values. This is the probability of low risk. This is the probability of medium risk, and this is the probability of the last category, that is high risk. And we see that so this patient, this neural network, after training, say that this about 98%, more than 98%, this patient is a patient with a low risk, just about a 2% with a patient with a medium risk, and very tiny value, tiny probability that this patient is a high risk. Just you see this very simple example. Neural network that can classify different patients. Okay, now when we train the model, we can we see our neural network solve dependencies between inputs and outputs. And if we use a special tool, special methods, we can extract such dependencies. So, and here I use a so-called partial dependence plot. So that's very popular tool that can present the dependencies between our target variable and some input variable. So now here I use I also trained in some neural networks that can get a health status. Health status here. Here, this is a value. This is score, and smaller value means less than 5. We say that this patient has no risks and the health status is more than okay. And high values of course means that this patient the health status of the patient is not nice, and we should treat the patient. And here you see two factors. This is a white blood cells, and here this plot obtained for the patient with a pneumonia. And this is the next the second factor. This erythrocyte sedimentation rate. So this factor they can be found in a complete blood count. And then when we use some explanation tools like partial dependence plot, we can visualize dependencies between the input and the output. So right now there is a very popular tool that can recognize such dependencies, that is called Shapley library. So this library contains the Shapley values, and you see this library, the popular Python library. It takes a neural network as a black box, because the neural network is some neural networks, they are so difficult and they have so many layers. Then based on and we just can, and this tool use not analysis of interaction of neurons in the model. It uses different analysis of different inputs that are used to activate the model, and based on this values, we when taking a different value, we can try to understand the impact on the output. So, and here, if you just study some courses related to data analytics or decision support systems, so optimization. So this tool is also very helpful for you. You see different examples, or even if you don't use a Python, I think if you know this tool, it's very helpful for you. So there are some examples for tabular examples, so tree-based models, linear models, just a neural network. Now we see also some examples of usage of models, and then based on and after you train a neural network, we can just predict influence of different factors on the target variable. What factors were the most significant, and what factors are not so important. So also, such tool can be used not only for tabular data. We can use this tool to analyze models for text data. Now, you see, we have some explanations obtained for sentiment analysis. When taking a text, we can use some words, and if we detect some words, this words can be connected to negative review. Some words can be helpful for positive review. And then when we train the model to handle textual data, then we can get kind of this. So, and here you see some factors they are red, some factors they are blue. So, and they are opposite. And one factor tries to increase the target variable, and the second factor, so the blue factors try to decrease. Like if we want to so give some score for the movies or for the patient based on textual explanation. And if we analyze such data, we can find what words as a negative impact and what words as a positive impact. And then when we combine all the impacts, we can get prediction. So also it can be obtained for image processing models. Okay, now you see that such explanations obtained for here again some items from a complete blood count, and here it means also influence. So such explanation models are very helpful for deep learning. Okay, now you see some another example of deep learning for medical data processing. Here we see some computed tomography images, and then we can use this slices, some medical images, to classify or to detect some specific regions inside of obtained images. And then here the one of master project that designed by my former master student. So and this girl take different images, and here with the neural network we can split our lungs into some regions, and you know our lung has a different segments, so different segments, and then for surgeon, if patient has some pathologies or like cancer, something that should be eliminated from the body, surgeon should understand the location of pathology in the lung. And then we can train a neural network to detect such segments, regions between the segments, and then we can, if we detect a region between the segments in lung, we can also find the location of pathology. And we can write also description that in in this segment we can detect this pathology. When taking another segment, we can detect another pathology. And then here, when using such deep learning model, we use one image or some images as input. Then we, each image, this is an array of pixels, and each pixel, this is a one or some numbers, so related to coding scheme. So when taking a computer tomography images, we use only 2D metrics as the input, but images can be different. So if we use solutions for nuclear medicine, when we introduce some nuclear medicine, patient can so and we can use a special tomograph that can detect the location of radioactive parts. So such medicine can be absorbed by regions of tumor. And then we can again handle such images and detect regions with a high concentration of this radiation stuff. So here we see an example of deep learning model that is called a UNet. This model was initially designed to detect the different cells based on microscopy images. We can count the different cells and we can classify them, but then such models also such models were used to analyze the different images. Here it can be input, and then the output is it can be another matrix. And here, so 0 in the matrix means the region of no interest, and 1 means the region of interest. So and then we can train the model that can detect specific regions of interest in the body. Also my students are trained some images, some computer tomography images of patients with COVID, and here they use a patient with a different pathology, because if you train the model with it, if you want to detect a specific pathology, you could you should say that this is not only this pathology, but you should say that this is not another pathology. And here and when we train a neural network to detect some pathologies, it's very difficult to find patients with a different kind of pathology, cancer or pneumonia or fibrosis or just a COVID pathology and so on. But anyway, right now, organizations host work. They collect data, they collect images, they create such data banks. And then you can also use such data when training your model. Also, right now, there are models like transformers that can transform one text into another text. It can be not only text, it can be data, also images. And then we can use such transformers to get the description image to text. Like we take this X-ray image, and we can load transformers, or we can train some transformers, and then we can get a kind of this description. Okay, right now there are some very popular resources used by many researchers and students. One of those is the Hugging Face, very popular source of different machine learning models and the deep learning models. Here you can see so data sets, models, and so you can so find models that are trained for specific tasks. And then you can use them for your solution. Yeah, just exactly. You should read the description and see examples and and I can say that's a very interesting um, very interesting topic, that is deep learning. And today I believe I just briefly tell you about this and show you some examples and my experience. So then if you have some questions, then you can ask. You can ask. So then, oh, you can just send your question later. So I send you my WhatsApp, my phone number, and the Telegram Messenger ID. So your questions are always welcome. Okay.
Okay, maybe someone want to ask question for Professor Sergey. Maybe one question is enough.
Hi, can I ask?
Okay, Mr. Ilham. Go on.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Sergey. So my name is Ilham. I have one question. So you have shown some research using the medical images, right? Like X-ray and so on. It is actually quite similar to what I do in my thesis. But actually, I face some problem when I work on the thesis is that the amount of the images is really limited. The X-ray image is really limited. So my question will be like, do you have any suggestion how to work on this problem? I am thinking of using generative AI to generate more medical images like X-ray images, but actually I am afraid that if I generate those images, I will be creating false cases for the model to learn. So I am a little bit worried about it. So do you have any suggestion for me? Thank you.
Okay. Very nice question. Um, a very nice question. When we handle medical images, it's very common problem that the number of images, the data set are not so huge, and we should find some other data sets, free and open data sets. But currently it's a difficult, and there are also you provided a solution. One solution is we can use a generative adversarial network. So to generate images, if you have some images, you can generate some more images based on this image. So it's nice, or but it takes also resources, and this way is not so not so cheap because the training of such network also spend resources. There is a more easiest way to generate new data. So we can use the data augmentation. Here with this, we can use it. It really works especially for images. Here we can make a very simple transformations of original images to generate a lot of new data. We see that this bird, and then we make a very simple transformation. Here, they're different, and then we get it's the same bird, and we know that this again parrot, so it's here everywhere, and this here we implement a very simple techniques of the zooming or cropping, or we added some noises, and if you want to handle so medical data set, then you can use not only generative adversarial network, but very easy way. That's an augmentation. This, if you just for example have a okay, this patient, this slide, and if you rotate it a bit, you get a new image, and also you can scale a bit, or you can combine scaling and rotating. It is the same patient. We should again we should also make the same transformation for masks. That if you want to detect a region, a specific region, we should make it some transformation with the masks. So, and I can say that this is a data augmentation technique that is very easy to implement with this Argumentation AI library if you use the Python. Then it works nice. Like you see also masks, like here. You see a satellite image and the original mask, and after you transform this, you just crop past image, and then you rotate them. You can get again a mask of building here, and it works. Okay.
Okay,
What
Mr.
is
Ilham,
here?
is that clear?
Yes, thank you very much. Spasiba.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Professor Sergey, for your time. I think we already spent maybe 90 minutes for your guest lecture. It's a very interesting guest lecture, and thank you so much for giving your knowledge to us. And I hope we can meet again in another occasion to talk a little deeper about this kind of topic, especially about artificial intelligence in medical sector. Thank you so much, Mr. Sergey.
Thank you. Thank you,
Okay,
guys.
okay, everyone.
Bye.
I will say, let's take a picture first. Okay, Mr. Professor Sergey, if you don't mind, I want to take a picture for us. So, okay. Could you turn your camera on, Professor Sergey? We will taking picture. Thank you so much. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. Cheers. Okay, thank you so much. See you later, Professor Sergey, and class is dismissed, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.